Hello, and welcome to today's briefing. I'm Dana, and I'm joined by Matt. We're covering a range of stories for you today, from international news to business updates and entertainment.
That's right, Dana. We've got a packed show for you. Let's start with the latest developments in the Middle East.
The U.S. military has confirmed that 2 U.S. troops were killed and 1 remains missing after Iranian ballistic missile and drone attacks on a base in Jordan. This marks the first American military fatalities from direct Iranian fire since the opening days of the conflict.
That's a significant escalation. Were there any other casualties or damage reported?
The reports indicate that 4 other service members were hospitalized but later discharged. The U.S. military has been defending against these Iranian attacks, and this incident has heightened tensions in the region.
How does this fit into the broader context of U.S.-Iran relations? Are we seeing a new phase of aggression?
It appears to be part of a larger pattern of escalating attacks. The U.S. has been conducting airstrikes against Iranian targets, and Iran has responded with renewed attacks on U.S. allies in the Gulf.
That's concerning. What's the latest on these U.S. strikes against Iran?
The U.S. military has completed its 7th consecutive night of air and naval strikes against Iranian military targets. Tehran has launched extensive retaliatory drone and missile counterstrikes across multiple Gulf states.
So the situation is getting more volatile by the day. Are there any indications of how this might be resolved or if diplomacy is being considered?
The reports mention international calls for diplomacy amid growing fears of a wider regional war. However, the immediate outlook seems uncertain as both sides continue their military actions.
Let's move on to some other news. There's been a development in the case involving Paul Pelosi.
Paul Pelosi, the husband of former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, has been charged with a misdemeanor hit-and-run count after allegedly striking a parked car and driving away from the scene in California.
What were the circumstances surrounding this incident?
The details indicate that Pelosi collided with a parked car and left the scene. He's been charged accordingly, and the case will likely proceed through the legal system.
Are there any other notable political or legal developments we should be aware of?
There's also news about a climate activist, Sonam Wangchuk, who was hospitalized after a lengthy fast. Following his hospitalization, CJP chief Abhijit Dipge began an indefinite hunger strike.
What were the reasons behind Wangchuk's fast, and how did the authorities respond?
Wangchuk was protesting, and his health deteriorated, leading to his hospitalization. Dipge alleged police crackdown and began his hunger strike in response, urging supporters to continue the protest.
That's a dramatic escalation. How did the Delhi police respond to these allegations?
The police stated that they complied with court orders and medical advice regarding Wangchuk's care. There were reports of minor commotion during his evacuation.
Let's shift gears to the economy. We've got several bank quarterly results to cover, starting with Axis Bank.
Axis Bank reported a 23% increase in net profit to 7,114 crore in Q1, driven by strong growth in net interest income and advances. Their net interest income rose 8% to 14,646 crore.
That's impressive growth. How did their asset quality look?
The reports don't highlight any major concerns regarding asset quality. Their operating profit rose modestly by 1.3% to 11,659 crore, and provisions declined, supporting their net profit growth.
What about other banks? Did they also report strong results?
ICICI Bank reported a 15.9% year-on-year rise in Q1 net profit to 14,805 crore, with net interest income growing 12.7%. Their asset quality improved and provisions declined.
That's a solid performance. What about HDFC Bank?
HDFC Bank's net profit rose 5% to 19,060 crore, with net interest income up 7%. Their asset quality remains stable, with gross NPAs at 1.17.
And finally, Kotak Mahindra Bank also reported their results.
Kotak Mahindra Bank's net profit rose 26% year-on-year to 4,123 crore, supported by lower provisions and healthy loan growth. Their net interest margin did face some pressure, but overall it was a strong performance.
That's great to see these banks performing well. Moving on to sports, there's been some exciting news.
Britain's Josh Kerr set a new men's mile world record of 3:42.66 at the London Diamond League, breaking Hicham El Guerrouj's record that stood since 1999.
That's incredible. What was the context of this achievement?
Kerr was competing at the London Diamond League, where he was roared on by a capacity crowd. He targeted a 222-second race and achieved it, becoming one of the few British athletes to hold this record.
And what's happening in Formula One?
The Belgian Grand Prix qualifying session took place, and it's being covered live on Sky Sports F1 HD. Fans were eagerly awaiting the qualifying results.
Let's also touch on some entertainment news.
Peppa Pig aired on Nick Jr. with various episodes, including Daddy Pig's Birthday and Adventure Caravan. It's been a popular show among young audiences.
What about other shows on Nickelodeon?
The Smurfs aired on Nickelodeon HD with episodes like Alien Smurf and My Smurf the Hero. These classic shows continue to entertain children.
We've also got some news on celebrity weddings.
Jennifer Wingett married William Ishmael in an intimate UK ceremony. She shared a heartwarming wedding video on Instagram, giving fans a glimpse of her bridal look and introducing her husband.
That's lovely. What about new movie releases?
Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey opened strongly at the box office, earning USD $50 million on its opening day globally and 17.40 crore in India. It's expected to have a significant opening weekend.
Finally, let's touch on some other news. There's been a landslide in China.
A landslide in China killed at least 8 people and left 34 missing. Rescue crews are racing to find survivors amid challenging weather conditions.
And there's also news of a massive fire in Norway.
A major fire in southern Norway destroyed over 100 homes and forced hundreds to evacuate. The fire spread to nearby forests, and firefighters are working to contain it.
It's been a while, and we've covered a lot of ground. Thanks for joining us, Dana.
Thanks, Matt. That's all for today. Goodbye and see you later.